Hi guys, welcome to 9.1 part 2. We are talking about the right triangle similarity theorem, which is also considered geometric mean, which you will eventually reach on as a topic on ALEKS. It's kind of confusing to learn, but once you get it, it's not too bad. It's really just similar triangles. Okay, so here's what we know. Right, this is triangle ABC. This outer triangle is the biggest triangle, and it has a altitude drawn from the right angle to the hypotenuse, and this creates two similar interior triangles. So I have this blue medium triangle and this green small triangle, and they are similar to each other, which means that the angles are congruent and the sides are proportional. Okay, so since the sides are proportional, we're going to use ratios to answer all these questions. So here's what we know. The triangle, the outer triangle, triangle ABC, is similar to triangle, the medium triangle. That would be ADB, which is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, and I wrote this intentionally like this. I hope you guys can see, right? A is the smallest angle, B is the right angle, and then C is the medium angle, like the bigger of the two right angles. Okay, so I followed that same path. So A to the right angle to the larger. Do you guys see it? For all three triangles. Okay, so the second thing says, identify the similar triangles in the diagram, then sketch them so that the corresponding sides and angles have the same orientation. Okay, so we have this larger right triangle that's shown, triangle PQR. So this bigger one is already done. Right, now I want to do the medium one. So that's PSQ. Okay, so the medium triangle, and make it have the same orientation. Okay, so the PS is the right angle, and then Q is the larger angle, besides the 90-degree one. Okay, and then I have the small right triangle, where Q is the smallest angle, then S is the right angle, and R is the bigger acute angle. Okay, so that's how all three of those triangles are similar, and that is the symbol for similar. Okay, so use right triangle similarity to find the value of x. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Right, we have our bigger right triangle, and they gave us all three sides, 9, 12, and 15. Okay, and we are trying to find the value of x, and we can use this medium triangle or the small one. Doesn't matter, right? You have to look intentionally to figure out what's given and what's needed. Okay, so if we look at the blue triangle, I'll use blue writing, right? On the blue triangle, I am given the hypotenuse and the smallest leg. Okay, so I can either choose to do hypotenuse over short leg or short leg over hypotenuse, it doesn't matter, but I'll write a key to keep myself straight. Right, so the hypotenuse is 12 of that blue triangle over the short leg, which is x. And now I'm going to look at the big outer triangle. Okay, so the big outer triangle, the hypotenuse is 15, and the short leg is 9. 15 over 9. Okay, and so now I have my ratios set up, and I can cross multiply to solve. So I have 15x equals 12 times 9. 12 times 9 is 108, I believe, and then divide by 15 to solve for x. Okay, so let me check my math here. 12 times 9 is 108, divided by 15 is 7.2. Okay, so x is 7.2. Okay, in number 2, again we're given all three sides. Okay, so maybe we'll switch it up this time and use the smallest triangle. Okay, so I have this small interior triangle. Okay, and let's see what we have. In that small interior triangle, I have the long leg and the hypotenuse. Okay, so long leg over hypotenuse is going to be my key. Okay, so the long leg is x and the hypotenuse is 11.2. Okay, and so now if I want to use a different triangle, I'm going to have to use the outer triangle, because the outer triangle I am given the long leg and the hypotenuse, right? And I don't know the long leg of the medium triangle, so the long leg is 21 and the hypotenuse is 23.8, and then we cross multiply and solve. Okay, so I'm not going to try to do any mental math this time. Let's see, I have 23.8x equals 11.2 times 21 is 235.2. Okay, so 235.2 equals 23.8x. Then we divide by 23.8 to get x equals, divided by 23.8, 9.88. So we'll say 9.9. X is 9.9. Okay, number 3, let's see what we have. Okay, so again, all three sides of the biggest outer exterior triangle are given. Alright, so we'll probably use this one. And I think the easiest thing to do would be to use the medium triangle. And we're given the short leg and the hypotenuse of that medium triangle. Okay, so we'll set up the key, right? Short leg over hypotenuse, or it could be hypotenuse over short leg, just to stay consistent. Okay, so the short leg of the green triangle is x, and the hypotenuse of the green triangle is 24, equals the short leg over the hypotenuse of the yellow triangle. Okay, so the short leg of the big outer yellow triangle is 7, and the hypotenuse of that yellow triangle, like the longest side of that yellow triangle, is 25. Cross multiply and solve. Okay, so I have 25x equals 7 times 24. 7 times 24 is 168. Divide by 25. Divided by 25 equals 6.72. And that's the value of x. Okay, so now they're going to give us even less information to try to make this harder, but I promise it's the same thing. Okay, you just might have to look harder to see what they give you. Okay, so in this outer triangle, we are given, not directly, but we are given the short leg and the hypotenuse. So you can see the short leg is x, and the hypotenuse is 24 plus 2, which is 26. Okay, and then in this interior triangle, right, I know I need to find x. Oh, I said it wrong. It's not the short leg, it's the long leg. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Let me erase S. The long leg of the yellow triangle is X, right? Because the short leg is this distance that we don't know. And the hypotenuse of the bigger triangle is 26. Okay, and so the long leg of the blue triangle, which I'll use blue for, the long leg of the blue triangle is 24. And the hypotenuse of the blue triangle is X. Okay, and then we cross multiply and solve. Okay, so I have X times X is X squared, and 26 times 24 is 624. And then to solve for X, right, I take the square root, and then I get X equals, the square root of 624 is 24.979. So it's up to you how you want to round that. Do you want to round that to 25? I don't know. It's about 25. Okay, and number 5. Tricky. Sometimes even these trip me up. And I've been doing this for a long time. Okay. So, here's what I see. Right, since the hypotenuse of this outside triangle is 12, and then they give us this is 7, I know that this piece has to be 5, right? Because 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay, so if I'm looking at the smallest triangle, I know that 5 is the short leg, and X is the hypotenuse. Okay, so short leg over hypotenuse is my key. So 5 over X. Okay, and if I'm looking at the outer triangle, I see that the short leg is X, and the hypotenuse is 12. Okay, so it's very similar to the last problem, right? X times X is X squared, and 5 times 12 is 60. Okay, so then we take the square root, and X is the square root of 60, which is 7.7459. I want to say that's 7.75. Okay, and we are done with geometric mean, and I hope that whoever your teacher is gives you some practice on ALEKS, because this is a tricky topic that you guys definitely need to practice. Okay, good luck. Bye, guys.